Hello, I'm back. Okay, so on this video I'm going to be talking about some other great vitamins and herbs that I take on a daily basis to deal with many of my many issues. Okay, just a little bit about me. I take a lot of vitamins. I take over 20 a day, vitamins and herbs. I use to for maintenance. That's what I do. So I'm not a big fan on having to do medicine and everything. I'm not a big medicine girl, but I will do vitamins, and I try to get a lot of my my health benefits from food. That's what I do. These are supplements that I'll be talking about. So supplementing and vitamins are two different things. And supplementing and things like that, it just means that you're supplementing what you eat. So if I show you a B6 is fine, but it's better for you to get it from your fish or get it from your food. So if you can get it from your food, that would be best. But due to the fact that our foods are different and you know, the soil and everything, we're not getting all of our vitamins like we used to. So to be honest, everybody who's listening to this needs to start supplementing and getting vitamins and herbs into your diet. It would be very, very hard for me, like if I was trying to get all of the benefits from the fish I eat or all the benefits from the fruits I eat, because the soils that the fruits and vegetables are grown on, the soil is not as healthy or plentiful as it used to be back in the day. So with your fruits and vegetables, remember to do some type of veggie wash. I got this from a place called Mom's, but I'm sure you can probably get this from anywhere, any health food store or like a Whole Foods or anything like that. I'm sure that you guys can get this from anywhere. So make sure you're share, like, and subscribe to the videos of I Love Beauty, as well as if you want more tips like this, more videos like this, please like my YouTube channel, Hair Talks Mag. It's about hair, it's about health. We have a good time there. So if you're looking for great time, good laughs, and get a lot of knowledge, go ahead and like that page, Hair Talks Mag. Go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell to get the notifications. I upload there quite often. Basically, if it's not on Facebook, it's on my Hair Talks Mag channel. Try to get all of my videos that I do here. I try to put it on my YouTube so you guys can look at it even if you're not able to catch it here on Facebook. So make sure you're liking YouTube or subscribing. It's called Hair Talks Mag. Okay, so if you're just joining what I just showed you, because we here I eat a lot of vegetables and I eat a lot of fruit, and I stopped doing that. You know, back in the day, I was very scared on eating a lot of vegetables and fruit because of the pesticides and because of all the things that they're doing to our foods right now. I was afraid to have a full diet full of just vegetables and things like that. So I just basically did some research on how to do vegetable wash. If you know any other ways to wash your vegetables and things like that, by all means, go ahead and do that. But I'm just suggesting this if you're somebody like me who's I want some things quick. I do so many things authentically and by scratch that if I can hurry up and get something real quick for me to do something, that's what I'm going to use, okay? And I think this was no more than $6, depending on where you are. Of course, the prices will vary. Okay. So, this is one thing that I take. Echinacea and golden seal. And this has golden seal, burdock, cayenne pepper, and genation in it. I started taking this last year. Unfortunately, this is going to be backwards, but it's echinacea and golden seal. I started taking this last year because I had gotten a real bad cold at the end of last year around December, and I was like, I don't really get sick much. So when I do get sick, when I do get colds, I'm like, okay, it's something up with my immune system. And if you don't know anything about the immune system depletes when you have a lot of stress. And in America, we have a lot of stress. It is what it is. Everywhere. I don't care where you're seeing this from. We have a lot of stress. And unfortunately, stress and the hormone cortisol, C-O-R-T-I-S-O-L, cortisol. I always talk about cortisol on my videos because if you know anything about cortisol, it depletes everything in your system. It actually competes in your body with your hormones. And I'm going to always talk about hormone balance because hormone imbalance is something that I've been dealing with for a long time, for basically my whole adult life. And I didn't really get to know hormonal balance, the definitions and all the things that I've been doing until I was 35 years old. Turned 35 last year. If you're a regular, I have to keep saying this, guys, just because it's so true. And this is really what has sparked me to get onto this health, holistic thing. Because when I was 35 years old, I turned 35. Everything just kind of just said, wait up, wait. Everything I did in my 20s started showing up in my 30s and at 35. And I just said, you know what? I'm tired of going through this. I'm tired of going through all these problems that I'm going through. And I said, I'm not going to do it anymore. So I did a lot of research. I got on there. I researched day and night, literally day and night. I'm reading and I'm buying different vitamins and I'm buying different things. And eventually, maybe 2-3 weeks after I started doing a little bit of adjustments. Remember, little adjustments make a big difference. If you don't make the little changes, they'll become big problems. So if you don't learn anything else from today, you want to make sure that you are making those little adjustments. Little adjustments might be just tweaking as much meat, tweaking the amount of meat you eat per day. If you have a high protein diet, which a long time, that's what I was doing. I was doing a very high protein diet and low carb diet. If you have a high protein diet, it can throw your hormones off. Did not know that, but it can. It can throw your hormones off. And that's why a lot of people may, think about becoming like more of a, paleo diet, like fish. I should say fish, not even a paleo diet. Because paleo diet says that you can eat plenty of protein and meats and things like that. I literally just eat right now. I eat fish and I eat a little bit of turkey just to train my body to be able to digest other things. But if you're having a lot of problems with your body and your hormones and your levels of glucose and everything, you might want to research the type of diet I'm on, which is a high fish, like 80% fish, 20% turkey diet, because those two meats or proteins are very easily digested. Beef and pork and chicken, those types of meats are very hard on the body. When I say hard on the body, it takes a lot of energy for your body to break it up or to digest it and to use it as fuel and use it as vitamins through your body. So anybody that's on here that might be suffering from low energy, I have a lot of people say, what can I do for energy? What can I do for energy? Well, one thing I just recently found out is if you incorporate some ginseng. I started taking ginseng, and a little bit about ginseng is it just helps you circulate better. It gives give you oxygen and things. And my husband was taking ginseng. He takes it for a long time. He's been taking it a long time, but I never wanted to do it because I felt like I didn't need it. I felt like it was caffeine in it, and I was like, I don't want to do it. But I started doing it, and I do feel a difference. And because I'm a very active woman, I'm very and I make a lot of videos and I work all the time, I need something that's going to help me effectively have energy. I don't believe in having a whole bunch of coffee and a whole bunch of sugar to give me energy, because it's not going to give you energy. Sugar does not give you energy. It gives you a quick little buzz, gives you a quick lift, and a big crash. And that's because your body does not know what to do with sugar. Sugar is very hard to process, and it takes a lot of energy for you to do it. So that's why you might be feeling sluggish. Okay? That's probably why you're feeling sluggish. You're probably like, why am I feeling so sluggish? It's because your body's overworking. You're giving your body things that it takes a long time to break down. When I say a long time, it takes a lot to break it down for you not to get sick or be having different diseases. And eventually, you're going to just go ahead and tire your body out. You don't want that. So yeah, you might want to invest in going and getting some Echinacea and golden seal root, and this is good for your body. Let me read a little bit of what it says. Okay, the combination supports immune function by stimulating the production of T cells. If you don't know about T cells are, I think it's like your white blood cells. Those are the cells that fight disease, okay? And it fights disease before it becomes prevalent over your body. So one thing about, if you're HIV positive, your T cells are constantly having to be counted to make sure that you don't go into the point of AIDS, where your immune system is completely damaged. It's just not working anymore. So you want to make sure that taking care of your immune system. Now, I like to tell people to start taking care of themselves when they feel healthy. Okay? When you feel healthy, if you're fine, you don't have nothing wrong with you, take at least one thing, one of these vitamins that I'm sharing with you guys, take it and start seeing what's going on. You know, nobody on here is saying, oh, you know, that they're perfect, they don't need anything. We all need help with our immune system. Remember, if you have a high stress life like myself, high stress means you work all the time, you have children, you have a husband, you have family that you're taking care of, you're naturally going to go through a lot of stress. Stress is not something you can dodge. So you have to help your body deal with stress. That's the answer. The answer is not to run away from issues. The answer is to help your body and give it what it needs to deal with stress. So this is a good vitamin for that. All right. So let's get into the hormone realm. This is for reproductive health. It's Maca. Okay. Pay attention to the bottle, people. If you're looking for how to get it and all that, there you go. Yeah, this is Maca, and it's good for hormone balance, which is, like I said, a lot of us women, after a lot of time here, after 35 years old, sometimes you do need, can you answer that, please? Andrew?
Oh, don't come back.
No, I said, can you answer that, please?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Yeah, Maca is good for your hormones, okay? So if you're anybody like me who have PCOS, has problems with fertility and things like that, you might want to incorporate some Maca. Now, all of these vitamins that I'm talking about, you can always do your research, make sure it fits you, make sure it's good for you, and you can always incorporate your doctor in which everything you're taking, okay? So I'm not telling you what to do or anything like that. Do your own research. This is for information purposes only, okay? If you're looking for a holistic counselor, you can always email me at aholisticme@gmail.com if you would like more of a one-on-one situation. Okay, make sure you're ready to invest in that because it's not free. All right, so yeah, Maca, and this is 500 milligrams. I take this every day, and I also take another vitamin or the herb called with Vitex. Okay, and Vitex and Maca are friends. It's fine. You can take both of these and it'll be fine. And this is just to basically level off your balance off your progesterone and your estrogen. And a lot of us are estrogen dominant. Estrogen dominant just means that estrogen is the core core hormone that is working. It's not necessarily saying it's high. It just means that that is the dominant hormone. So you want to make sure that you're leveling that off, and then things will start getting better for you, okay? So I hope that helps. Let's talk about sage. Now I'm getting to the natural realm of life. Sage, okay? I don't know, put up a 77 if you've ever heard of sage. A lot of this main herb is in your sausage, and you know, you cook with it. Who knew that you can actually take pills? Yes, you can. I take this every day. This is for your hormones as well, okay? Because remember, if you're over 35 years old, I would say if you're over 30, you're going to start needing assistance with your hormones. I'm just saying, okay? So that's something that you want to basically start doing. Some sage, 1 pill a day. Remember, these herbs right here, this is something you should be cooking with, okay? So if you don't cook with sage, if you don't really touch sage, this is not going to hurt you. This is something that's natural. This is something that we can cook with, but I just take it for a pill for maintenance. It helps mellow you out too. You know, when you're having issues with your hormones, you're all over the place. You are usually a person who is erratic, right. None of this has estrogen in it. These are not estrogen. This helps you deal with what you have already. Okay, so these are not hormones. Okay, let me let you know. These are not hormones. These are helping you deal with the hormones that your body is already producing. And if you have a high meat diet, high chicken diet, high red meat diet, you have a lot of over estrogen, especially if you're doing dairy. You're having a lot of probably estrogen problems. If you have diabetes, if you have high blood pressure, more than likely you have estrogen issues. So these vitamins can only help you and help things get better. Okay. And of course I have parsley. Okay. So as you can see, I bought these together, parsley and sage. both a green herb. It's really good. These are little herbs that you could probably grow yourself. I don't do that. I don't have time. But yeah, and thyme is good too, if you know about that herb. Okay, yeah, parsley leaf. Yeah, parsley is good. And I actually cook with this. So when not with these pills, but I actually cook with parsley. And parsley is great. You know, this is parsley right here. And I just put that on my potatoes and things like that. So I actually cook with this stuff too. And I take it as a pill. And I take this in the morning. A lot of my hormone vitamins that helps with my hormones, I take in the morning. Because in the morning, that's when your hormones are the highest. Okay, so you want to make sure that you take a lot of these type vitamins or herbs in the morning. Okay? Make sure you guys share this out. Let's get this up to like at least 200, and then I'll start asking questions after 200. If it's not 200 people in here, I'm just going to give information. Okay, milk thistle. I can talk about this for about 5 minutes. Milk thistle. A little bit about this and how I found out about this is I did my research years ago about hormone balance and hormone imbalances. And our major organ, let's guess, what do you think the organ that we have, which organ promotes balance in your hormones? Just type it up, okay? And I'm going to give y'all a few minutes to do that, okay? But yeah, milk thistle, this is something that's going to help you detox, and this helps cleans your blood. A lot of us, we have to understand that we have to constantly detox things out of our system. Otherwise, we just become a home full of toxic things. And our bodies, after a while, it needs help. It doesn't do it on its own. Okay? So you need help. Now, this is good. This was in my liver detoxing. I take a liver detoxification pill every day. I take about 2. And this is the main ingredient in your liver detoxes. Okay? So that hormone, that organ that I'm talking about, of course, is your liver. Your liver is regenerative. It is the organ that basically helps you filter your blood, and you know that's what it does. You know, your liver. And a lot of us, we forget. We have heart. We know about heart issues, but do we know about liver? Once your liver shuts down and it's not working, and you have cirrhosis of the liver or anything like that, you're just the dead man walking. You're not in good health, and you're probably not going to survive much longer. Okay, so you want to make sure that organ is working correctly. And the only way it's going to work is if you're constantly filtering it and cleaning it out. We have so many toxins in our food. We have so many things that we're doing on a daily basis that is helping our liver not work. Okay, so if you're having issues with your hormones, number one, you need to filter and detox your liver. So that's what I do. I do a liver detox every day. If I don't do that liver detox for a week or 2, I know I forgot to take that pill. And sometimes I have so many vitamins that I take that sometimes I forget maybe a week of one of my vitamins, and then my body says, hold up, what are you doing? And I automatically start showing symptoms of situations. So I go back in my big huge cabinet of vitamins and I say, which didn't I take? That happened to me a few months ago. I completely forgot to put my liver detox into my weekly little box. You know, those boxes where it has the day and everything. Well, I have 2 of those. I have one for my hormone helpers, and I have one for just my regular vitamins and things like that. So I had looked into it and I said, oh my gosh, I forgot my liver detox. Once you start detoxing your liver, your body's like, thank you, and it loves it. And if you stop, you will see it. And that's why holism is different, because holistic life, holistic situation that I do is it's working on all of my body, all of my systems. So I don't just treat the problem. Like if I have hormone balance, and you know, one thing of hormone balance, you might not get your cycle at all. Okay? Ooh, I know about that. Okay? And I know what the problem is with that. But that's not what you just treat. That's the difference between a holistic person or a holistic counselor and a doctor. No, I'm not a doctor, but I am a holistic counselor. I'm going to look at your whole body and see what's going on. And then we're going to work with each system separately, but yet to make it all one. Because remember, we're one body. If you have hormonal imbalance, more than likely other things are going on. If you're a diabetic, more than likely you have PCOS. more than likely you have high blood pressure. There is not too many people walking around who are diabetics and don't have high blood pressure. It just works together. So you have to start getting vitamins. That's exactly what I do. Like every vitamin and every herb I take literally does something separate. Now, I make sure that all of the vitamins and the herbs that I take do not counteract each other and do not do adverse situations. Because just like medicine, this is medicine. Milk thistle is medicine. It may not work as quickly, but once it starts working, your body is going to get used to it and it's going to need it. Now, of course, with anything else, and this is one thing about you cannot do with medication, you cannot just stop and detox your body from the medicines. If you do that, you're going to have issues. One thing about herbs, one thing about vitamins, you can take 3-4 days off from them and you're still going to get the rewards from it. That's the difference between medicines and getting your things from medicines and getting your vitamins and your good properties from from herbs. Okay, herbs, I can stop an herb today and I can still be okay for 3-4 days. Okay, like garlic, I take garlic every day and I stop it for a week when I'm menstruating. And when you're menstruating, you do not want to take garlic. However, I am still reaping the properties of that garlic. If I stopped a blood pressure pill for 5 days, that's not going to be good. And so anything that I know that if I stop it, my body is going to conk out, I just don't want to do it if I don't have to. So that's what it is. And one thing about these herbs is you have to take a break from it now and again. Why? Because you don't want your body to become so used to it where it doesn't work. Okay? Because I've been doing this for years. And now I'm noticing that, oh, well, this vitamin or this herb, especially with herbs, you have to stop those because your body loves it so much that it doesn't even want to work anymore when you take it. So you have to take breaks and then put it back in your body. Okay? Okay, so this is my pill that I take. I don't take a prescription pill for my diabetes. I take this, Glycerol 400. One thing about this is you can get this right off Amazon. Yes, you can. You can get this right off Amazon. I actually have a subscribe and save with this. I get this once a month. And I take 2 a day. That's what I do. I take 2 a day. These are how the pills look. If I had to say the main ingredient in this pill, it's turmeric. Okay? And that's one thing that I take as well. I take turmeric too. Turmeric is a lifesaver. Let me let you see my turmeric. And I get my turmeric from the Indian stores. That's where I get it from. Because if you get it from like your regular grocery store, it's very, very expensive and you don't get a lot of it. Okay, I'm just keeping it real. So if you have an Indian store or one of those natural, African American, like, Jamaican spots in your area, like a market, you want to go ahead and you want to get your turmeric. As you can see, this big thing right here only cost me $7.99. This big thing of turmeric costs $7.99. If you know anything about turmeric in a little bit will cost you probably this much. Turmeric will cost you $5.99. So support your local Indian stores, because that's what I do. Okay, so yeah, I take the Glycerol 400. This is for my diabetes. This is for people who are type 2 diabetics and you want to get off of medication. You cannot take this and medication, by the way. You have to pick and choose a side. If you suspect that you are a type 2 diabetic, and these are some signs. If you want to know some signs, pump up the happy faces right now if you want to know signs if you might be a type 2 diabetic, and I'll explain it, okay? Here again, this is it right here. You can get this right from Amazon. These are expensive. These are not cheap. These are about, I think these are $20. And you get 120 vegetarian capsules. Okay, 120. Now, they say to take 2 or 3 of these a day. I take 2. I take 1 in the morning and I take 1 in the evening. That's what I do. And my diabetes, this is what happened. This is back when I was my diabetes was going up. And I said, what's going on? I said, oh Lord, do I have to get back on the pill? And I didn't want to get back on the diabetes pill. So I did my research and I went on Amazon and I just put diabetes pills for diabetes, something like that. And these actually popped up. Now I've already taken cinnamon. I already take cinnamon. but I needed something stronger. So I started taking this. Within 2 weeks, I saw my numbers go down 30 points. I kid you not. My numbers were probably in the upper, like the mid 200s, and they went all the way down like 40 points, which is awesome. Because back in the day, I was getting 160 in the morning, 170, and even before that, I was getting 260 in the morning. I get average 130 in the morning, no medicine. A lot of people are taking medicine and get 130. So I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff. If you want to know what I'm doing, guys, you gotta be a client, okay? But yeah, glycol 400, that's really good. So these are some signs about if you're a type 2 diabetic, and I'm talking for myself too. If you have sudden weight loss and you're not doing anything to lose weight, first of all, that's a sign that your body is off. You might want to get that checked out. If you are urinating a lot, you might want to get that checked out. When I say urinating a lot, I mean on every hour on the hour. And you're urinating clear liquid, meaning it doesn't have a tint of yellow to it. It doesn't seem like, it looks like water. You might be a type 2 diabetic. If you get a lot of yeast infections, if you get a lot of just infections in general, you might be a type 2 diabetic. That's what happened to me. I started getting a lot of infections. I got ringworms. I had systemic ringworms, not just topical ringworm. I had systemic ringworm, meaning it was in my bloodstream. But that was because I was too far gone at the time. I did not get it checked out in time, and it had to come through my bloodstream. So that's extreme. But yeah, your body will start telling you that, okay, something is not functioning right, and you just have to start listening to your body. So potassium. Okay, now potassium is very good for you. This is something that a lot of us is probably lacking. If you have high blood pressure, if you have issues with your heart, yeah, you might be lacking potassium. Now, by the way, if you eat fresh potatoes, you're getting plenty of potassium. Back in the day, I used to say I don't eat potatoes. I was missing out on everything good. This has potassium in it. It has B6 in it. It has it has a lot of fiber in it. If you eat a potato a day, not fried, steamed, eat a potato a day, keep the skin on it. Do not peel the skin off, because all the good properties are actually in the skin. So you want to make sure you keep the skin off. Wash it off really good. Get that veggie wash. Spray the outside of your potato and just wash it off, and then you keep the skin on. That's what I need you to do, because all the nutrients are in the skin. Don't overcook it. Have it a little bit, hard, so you can still get even more properties, okay? And this basically trumps this, in my opinion. But I take both, because I'm a busy girl. When the busier you are, the more active you are, the more help you need. If you're in a more restful state, if you don't have a lot of stress in your life, if you don't have a job, if you don't have responsibility, then you don't have to have all of this stuff. But I have all of that. So that's what you're going to do. And then remember, you have to have both of these if you're real busy. But if you're not, you just need this. Somebody asked earlier about getting pregnant. That's a big thing. A lot of us women, especially as older women, 35 and up, we have to do a whole bunch more to get pregnant and to sustain the baby and make sure that we're healthy. Not just getting pregnant, but then it's being pregnant, and then it's giving birth, and then after you give birth, what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to get all that baby weight off. That's a process of life. So when you want to get pregnant, you have to understand that you have to be fully healthy. You have to be fully healthy, not just doing one thing to get pregnant. You have to do a lot of things, especially if you have a lot of problems. You have to do more. So I do raspberry tea. Raspberry tea is really good for the uterus. Makes it strong. You used to think, why does your uterus have to be strong? Well, first of all, your uterus is a muscle. Who knew that? It's a muscle. And if it's not strong, it's not going to be able to keep a child, much less even allow a child to attach to you. Your uterus has to be a very, very balanced situation. It has to be very balanced. The lining has to be good. It can't be too thick, but it can't be too thin. You have to have good blood pressure. You have to have good hormones. You have to have all of that to become pregnant. And then once you become pregnant, then you have to make sure that your hormones stay leveled and the right hormones rise and the wrong hormones don't rise, so you can continuously be pregnant. Because there's a lot of women who can get pregnant, but they have a lot of miscarriages, okay? So it's a way that you can basically help balance your whole body out. So that's raspberry leaf tea. Look it up. Everything I'm talking about, you can actually look it up and see if it's for you, okay? And last but not least is this ginger tea. Ginger tea is very good for your hormones, okay? If you have problems with your hormones, you have to do ginger, okay? You can do fresh ginger, you can do ginger pills, or you can do ginger tea. Each one does different. Now, if I have to say, if you want, you know, to help cleanse yourself, and in most detoxes that you might take, ginger is in there, okay? Ginger is awesome. It has a warming feel to it. It's going to help you get warm, help you burn fat. And that's one thing that you have to do to remain healthy, to stay healthy. You have to burn fat on a daily basis. But sometimes fat doesn't want to go anywhere, so you have to help it burn up. Okay? So, does anybody have any questions or concerns? Let's see who is in here. Hi, Miss Unique. Welcome to all the new people. That's what 81 means. Right. Miss Scooby, if she's still in here. I forgot about that. If you are always thirsty, that is a sign that you might be a type 2 diabetic. Now, when I say thirsty, I mean thirsty like you've been on the desert for 5 days with no water. Because you're urinating so much that you are basically depleting all the liquids out of your body, and your body is just basically becoming like dehydrated. So your body constantly wants you to drink water. Or unfortunately, when I was a diabetic, when I first became a diabetic, when I had that thirsty feeling, I drank soda. I was drinking orange juice. I was not drinking water. So I was making my sugar even higher. Okay? So yeah, that's a good sign. Not a good sign, but that's a big sign. Okay, would you guys like me to do another video? I have to do another video. We have to get that up though. I don't like doing too much information on here and not have enough numbers. So would you like me to do another video? If you would, put up the happy faces. And with that video, we need to get it up to 300 or more so I can talk about PCOS, because PCOS is a big issue. It is something that I had to cure, not cure, but I had to help deal with just by my diet. Just by my diet. That's how I control it. I didn't get a surgery. I don't take hormones. I don't do any of that. I control my PCOS just with my diet and lifestyle. Okay? But yeah, I'll do another one, PCOS. See how that goes. And make sure that you are liking or subscribing to my Hair Talks Mag video. This will be up on YouTube. So if you missed it, you can watch the replay on YouTube. And make sure you subscribe, because I try to do this often as I can. And that's it. So I'll do one on PCOS. Make sure when you guys come into the next one, and make sure you're subscribing. So I think Facebook asks you want to subscribe and get notifications. Please hit that right now so you'll get notified when I come back on here. And we're going to talk about PCOS and hormonal imbalance, and see if we can get some of you ladies balanced so you guys can, number one, be healthy, and number two, if you want to get pregnant so you can get pregnant. Okay? So I will be back.